Southwest Florida's news source. This is Fox 4 News at 6.
I have a feeling this person's dead on impact or something. I mean, the car just sunk immediately.
Tragedy on tape, new at 6. We are hearing the frantic 911 call from the car crash that took the life of a Collier County mother and her 2 daughters.
But first, we begin with breaking news in Charlotte County. Deputies making a big break tonight in a 3-month-old unsolved murder case. 4 in your corner's Gabrielle Saran live in Port Charlotte with the very latest.
Patrick, that's right. Investigators inviting the media here to close the book on its one unsolved murder of 2012. That's right. They have charged this man, 35-year-old Michael Sheely, with second-degree murder. He was a friend of the man he killed, 75-year-old Dwayne Fenner. Investigators say he was arrested back in November for credit card fraud and theft, but was recently linked to Fenner's murder on November 17th. They say while visiting Fenner, Sheely killed him by strangulation, then took off with his car, jewelry, and credit cards, this bringing the community here some closure.
But it always feels good when we can find justice for the victim as well as the families and give them closure. So, you know, it's not really where you can say it's a happy day, but we brought it to a successful conclusion, and for that, we are happy.
And deputies say the investigation is still active, and the suspect remains at the Charlotte County Jail. He was denied bond this morning. Live in Charlotte County, Gabrielle Saran, Fox 4, in your corner.
All right, thank you, Gabrielle. And all new at 6 tonight, we're hearing the startling 911 call of the moments just after a car crash that took the life of a Collier County woman and eventually her 2 daughters.
Painful just to listen to. The 3 died after the car they were in plunged into a canal off I-75. All new at 6, 4 in your corner's Colleen Hogan live in the studio with the 911 call that chronicles this tragic accident.
Patrick, the caller describes how bystanders could only look on as the chaos unfolded before them. 33-year-old Cecilia Douglas died Monday after the car she was driving crashed into a canal and sunk into the water. Her 2 daughters, 3-year-old Riley and 4-year-old Madison, strapped in the sinking car. They passed away in the hospital this week, and tonight we're hearing the 911 call from a person who pulled over but could do nothing to save them.
We're on Alligator Alley. And we just saw a car spin off the road and go into, they knocked the fence down. It looks like they're in the Everglades. Okay. The car is sinking.
Do we know if they're out of the car?
No, I don't know. I don't know who is in this car,
Okay,
and I can't even see the car anymore. It's sunk.
The car is completely submerged.
They see a person. I have a feeling this person's dead on impact or something. I mean, the car just sunk immediately. All I see is the top of what looks like a white car through heavy, thick brush. And just bubbles.
Is anybody there willing to see if there is anyone in that car?
No.
No one there is willing to help out?
No, no. Oh, here comes cops. Here come cops.
Yeah, it's hard to listen to, isn't it? When emergency crews arrived, they say Douglas and her 2 daughters had been underwater for nearly half an hour. Cecilia died on scene, Riley died Monday night, and Madison died after being taken off life support last night. We understand funeral arrangements have been made for a service this weekend by family members in Central Florida. Live in the studio, Colleen Hogan, Fox 4 in your corner.
Thank you, Colleen. A big bust in Collier County as deputies arrest several people they believe have been breaking into homes in Naples. 4 in your corner's Julie Salomon joining us now live to show us what all of these homes had in common. Julie?
Emily, all the homes that were targeted happened near the interstate. That way thieves can get on and off I-75 quickly. They also happened in communities where there are no gates or restricted access. The sheriff's office says 6 homes in the past 2 weeks were broken into. Collier County Sheriff's Office also making 3 arrests. They arrested 3 suspects, Andy Johnson, Rodney Howard, Ramel Bradshaw, all of these men from Fort Lauderdale, and they're also in their mid to late 20s. A deputy pulled over a car on Alligator Alley yesterday with all 3 suspects inside. Sheriff's Office says these men broke into a home off of White Boulevard in Golden Gate Estates. Collier County Sheriff's Office is still searching for suspects involved in other break-ins throughout Collier County.
During the daytime hours, early morning or early afternoon, what happens is basically they go and they knock on the door, and then they go around back if no one's home, enter through various means, either by breaking the window or whatever.
He pulled over that car. They tell me they found at least 100 pieces of jewelry inside, along with other things. We'll tell you more about that coming up tonight at 10, as well as you'll hear from neighbors about the recent break-ins. We are live in Collier County tonight. Julie Salomon, Fox 4, in your corner.
In the Storm Patrol Center now. You wanted a classic Florida winter. We're starting to get it now.
Well, what was it Jackie Gleason used to say? How sweet it is. Thank you very much, Emily.
Why do I always say the other one? And away we go.
That's another one he said.
Oh,
but
good.
I'm talking about how sweet it is with this weather picture. Look at how clear skies are. Yesterday we had the clouds. It was kind of dreary in the afternoon. We cleared out overnight. Actually, in the early morning is when we cleared out, about 7, 8, 9 o'clock or so. Sunshine was abundant today, and our temperatures got into the 70s, although now they're falling into the 60s. Very comfortable but cool evening. We think these temperatures are going to continue to fall with those mainly clear skies. We're actually going to be in the 40s in a lot of the inland spots. May even be a little bit cooler tomorrow morning than we were this morning. And the air is very, very dry. Our dew point temperatures in the 30s. That means our relative humidity right now in Charlotte County in about the 25% range. Obviously, the air very dry right now. Now, we do have a cool front that's going to be approaching over the next 48 hours. Tell you if it's going to change our weather as we head into the weekend coming up here in just a couple of minutes. But right now, I'm in the Storm Patrol Center, joined by meteorologist Michelle Cunningham to tell you about something brand new that we're doing right here on Fox 4.
That's right. A lot of you ask questions all the time on Facebook, and we would love to give you those answers quickly about the weather and, of course, about our news content. So what we're going to do is we're going to start a segment, 6 o'clock news, and I'm going to be live on the Fox 4 Facebook page throughout the newscast answering your questions. Just head to our Facebook page, facebook.com/Fox4Now.
All new at 6, a Charlotte County high schooler is accused of bringing hundreds of razor blades as well as drugs onto campus. The discovery being made by a school resource officer at Port Charlotte High School when he searched the duffel bag of a 15-year-old student. The officer finding a box containing 100 razor blades along with a gram of marijuana. The teen reportedly told the officer he had the blades because he's, quote, fascinated with sharp objects and used them to cut things. This is the teen's third arrest.
We have got new pictures into our newsroom right now of a car crash on I-75 in Port Charlotte. It was a tough one. Authorities say the red car collided with another vehicle, and we can confirm at least one person has been taken to the hospital. We'll continue to keep an eye on this situation and let you know what else we find out. New information for you tonight in a mysterious case in Bonita Springs. We're learning the name of the man who was found in this burnt-out car. This is a story we first brought you last night as breaking news at 10 o'clock. Authorities identifying the man as 69-year-old Roy A. Halt III. Authorities say the car caught fire after crashing near Liberty Youth Ranch Way and Wellfield Road. The cause of the crash still under investigation, and we are being told it's being treated as a traffic homicide. We'll bring you all the latest developments as we get them on air and online on Fox 4 Now.
A Fort Myers office manager for a group of local car dealerships is accused of embezzling more than $250,000 from the companies that trusted her. Detectives say 24-year-old Ashley Coffey stole more than $250,000 from dealerships like BMW of Fort Myers and Mercedes-Benz of Fort Myers over the course of more than 3 years. They say that she did it by using bogus warranty claims to get refund checks. She's now charged with first-degree grand theft.
Some encouraging news for the local housing market. A growing housing community in Cape Coral is getting ready to expand again. The Sandoval community in Cape Coral breaking ground on phase 3 of that development. The third phase will include nearly 200 single-family homes spread over about 100 acres.
You know, the success of Sandoval in the market has been so critical for Cape Coral, and we really didn't want to change anything in Sandoval other than to go ahead and continue with the look and the feel and the lifestyle that Sandoval has to offer.
And you can't beat the weather. Developers say home prices in this new phase of Sandoval will start around $200,000. A longtime restaurant in Cape Coral is getting ready for a major change, a name change. Leapin' Lizard Bar is now going to become the next Ford's Garage restaurant. The first Ford's Garage location opened last year in the Fort Myers River District. It's been very successful. Leapin' Lizard has been around since 2005.
Governor Rick Scott is laying out his plan to try and get pay raises for Florida's teachers. The governor holding a press conference with school officials in Central Florida to announce his proposal. He's asking the legislature to give every full-time teacher a $2,500 raise in the next state budget.
I can think of no better investment for our state than investing in those teachers who work on the front line of Florida's future every day by teaching our children.
The governor says the pay raises will be included in his budget recommendation, which will be submitted to the legislature in the coming weeks.
Meanwhile, a Southwest Florida college is taking Governor Scott up on his challenge to make getting a degree more affordable. Edison State College announcing it's working to offer a four-year degree that'll cost $10,000. The bachelor's degree program will be for secondary biology education. Back in November, the governor challenged state college officials to offer degree programs for $10,000 or less.
Still ahead, a Naples family is mourning the loss of their son. Why they say a mistake by emergency service officials proved to be fatal.
Also ahead, see who's giving more Facebook privileges to sex offenders and why.
But first, there's a housing boom happening in Southwest Florida. How it could do more than just offer you a new place to live. Next.
Getting ready for your evening constitutional. Might want to do it earlier rather than later because we're in for another very chilly night. I'll tell you how cool it's going to be first thing in the morning in your neighborhood with our hometown forecast coming.